The Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series is celebrating their 31st anniversary. You're watching APN Video Sports. And a pleasant good morning to you, everybody. Welcome to Tempe Diablo Stadium, the winter home of the Anaheim Angels. And today, it's home to the 2018 Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series. Today, the Hawaiian Islanders and the Utah Braves. Jeff Lowry with you, APN Video Sports. It's been a great tournament for the Hawaiian Islanders. They've given up only 6 runs through their first 4 games. And when you talk about the MSBL World Series, that's big time. It's runs allowed that usually plays into the tiebreakers. On the other side, the Utah Braves started out with a 28-2 win over Red Deer, Canada. But since then, they've lost 3 straight and are 1-3. And on the mound, getting the start, Danny Pollock for the Utah Braves. So it's the 2-2 Islanders and the 1-3 Utah Braves. All the action coming up next. Jorge Flores will be the first batter of the contest. He pops it up and Pollock makes the catch. And that's how this game is underway. Jorge Flores, who was a playoff MVP 2 years ago for Gary Firestone's Hawaiian Islanders, formerly Aqua Dulce Reds, and the Waikiki Beach Boys. Now they're the Hawaiian Islanders, and pretty nice uniforms there. Here's a high pop-up that the catcher and the pitcher will allow to drop safely, a foul ball. Phil Young doing the catching. Jose Flores, the batter, and he swings and lifts a fly ball back into deep left field. Going back on it is Mendoza, and he cannot make a play, and it's a 2-base hit for Jose Flores here in the top of the first inning, and the Islanders already with a runner in scoring position for Rodrigo Rodriguez. First pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. A chopping ball towards a shortstop. He charges, he throws to first, and I think they called him out. 2 down. I don't know about that. That was a close play. Flores moves to third, 2 down, and here's Fred Getchell against right-hander Danny Pollock. Squares the bunt, takes a strike. Well, they did call him safe, so that's going to be an infield hit for Rodriguez. First and third occupied as you get a look at Jose Flores at third. And the runner takes off for second, and it will be without a throw as the catcher dropped the ball. So Brett Moyes is at first base, the defense for Utah, as this one's lined out into left field. That ball's going to drop in for a hit. Coming around third and easing his way into the plate. No sense of urgency there on Rodrigo Rodriguez, and it's a 2-run single for Getchell. He was not running hard at all, and he made it with ease. So a good start for the Hawaiian Islanders. They played 2 on a 2-run single by their cleanup hitter, and the batter is Ernesto Perez. Defensively for Utah, Moyes at first base. You've got at second base Randy Triple Hitch Miles. The shortstop, Chad Foster. The third baseman is Alan Zentgraf. Aramaki gets a start in right. Brad Hill is in center field. And the left fielder is Francisco Mendoza. As we mentioned, Phil Young doing the catching. And on the mound, the right-hander, the tall right-hander, Danny Pollock. That's ball 4. Ernesto Perez reaching first base. So the Islanders with 3 hits here in the first, a walk, and now Bobby Dominguez, one of the mainstays for this Gary Firestone franchise. As we mentioned, they were the Aqua Dulce Reds for many years, and then they became the Waikiki Beach Boys, and now they are the Hawaiian Islanders. Ground ball to first, and the tag will be made by the first baseman over there. That's not Brett Moyes, it's Brady Fields getting the start at first base. So the Islanders have runners at second and third, now 2 out for Tony Corona. We're in the top of the first inning. A 2-run single by Fred Getchell has given the Islanders a lead. This is going to be a tough play for the third baseman, but he does it with ease. So a fine defensive play there by Alan Zentgraf. Hawaii gets a pair of runs to start this game, and after a half an inning of play, it's the Islanders 2 and the Braves. Now we're getting a look at Jose Magallon, the 56-year-old right-hander. And this is a guy who loves to start what he finishes. He's going up against Randy Miles, the leadoff hitter and the manager for the Utah Braves. We're in the home half of inning number 1 from Tempe Diablo Stadium. No balls, 1 strike to Miles. Randy Triple Hitch Miles. Outside for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Randy. It'll be Miles, Aramaki, and Foster, the first 3 here. In the air to center field, and that ball's going to be caught by Jorge Flores, 1 down. So a routine fly out to center field. The next batter is the speedy Craig Aramaki. Craig Disoriented Aramaki is his nickname. The nicknames change with this Utah Braves team game to game. And I had nothing to do with the nicknames. So don't yell at me if you don't like your new nickname. So Craig Aramaki is at the plate. And here's a chopper up along the first baseline. I'll tell you what, this the franchise of Gary Firestone, they've won a lot of championships down through the years. Aramaki hits one into the stands out of play. In fact, that ball went out of the ballpark. And here's a ball lifted in the air to right, and a long run. A good effort out there by Fred Getchell. He got to it pretty quickly, but Aramaki's got too much speed, and he's got a 1-out double here in the home half of the first inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, Chad Foster. First pitch is high or low and away, ball 1. And a ball lifted to the first baseman, tried to keep it fair, but it goes foul, I believe. So new life for Chad Foster. Runner goes, and the throw down to third, and Aramaki is in easily. Stolen base time, and now the Utah Braves have a chance to cut this lead in half. It's Hawaii and Utah from Tempe Diablo Stadium. This is the MSBL World Series on APN. And that's ball 4, so now the tying run is aboard for cleanup hitter and first baseman. I always swipe right, Brady Field. I have no idea what that means. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a ball, apparently. Jose Magallon, a 56-year-old right-hander who loves to start what he finishes. He's got what you would call a rubber arm in the business. The catcher, Young, they'll go to second one on this one and throw it away. No error on the play. The run will score, and the lead has been cut in half. That's a fielder's choice for Brady Field. And so the first run of the ball game for Utah belongs to Craig Aramaki, who doubled and moved to third on a stolen base and has scored on the fielder's choice. 2 down, here's Phil Young. And that's in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Ready at the next pitch. Runner was started to go, and Young lines it out into right field, a base hit. Brady Field on his horse, heading for third. Here comes a throw, and he is in. Head first, sliding safe. Good base running that time by Brady Field. He never broke stride coming around second base. And now the Zen master, Alan Zentgraft, the third baseman for the Utah Braves. The tying run is at third. We're in the first inning. Hawaii scored 2 times in the top of the first inning. But right now they lead at 2-1 with the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first. Paz delivers, and that one is drilled foul down the right side. Nice stop by the catcher. Ready with the next pitch. In there for a called strike. Nice job. .76 our game time temperature. And that one fisted to the right side. The second baseman tried to tag the runner, and he is going to be called out, and the side is retired. So Ray Alcaraz, kind of taking a chance there, maybe not finishing the throw to first just for good measure. And so after 1 inning of play, as we head to the top of the second inning here, Adolfo Paz will be the leadoff hitter, swinging and fouling off the first pitch. It's 0-1. It's 2-1 Hawaii over Utah. This is the 31st annual MSBL World Series on APN Video Sports. Jeff Lowry, call of the game. Special thanks to Gary Firestone. Can't thank him enough. He's been so gracious down through the years. Here's a ball right up the middle, and the second baseman will throw to first, and in time, barely got him. That's a fine play by Randy Miles. 1 down. Mauricio Carrillo will be the batter. Carrillo, the 9th hitter in the lineup for Gary Firestone. Gary is not here as of right now. He has been playing actually in a 70 and over. I guess he got some kind of a waiver, and I guess he's hit 4 home runs over the fence. Here's a chopper to the left side where the shortstop, Foster, has it, and Lollipop throws it over to first. Plenty of time, 2 down. So Chad Foster gets the assist. Mauricio is retired. And now the batter is the second baseman, Ray Alcaraz. Two out. 4 in a row set down by Danny Pollock after giving up 3 hits and 2 runs in the first, but that goes by the wayside with a line drive base hit into left field by Ray Alcaraz. Trace Whelan, and he comes up, and a line shot that's snared by the pitcher. He makes the one-handed grab. He robs Trace Whelan, and that'll retire the side. Heading to the home half of the second inning, and it's 2-1 Hawaii over Utah. This is the MSBL World Series on APN. Well, you're getting a look at the right-hander, Jose Maguillon. Going back to work, and a big swing and a miss. So Hawaii 2 runs, 4 hits so far. A run on 2 hits for Utah. They stranded 2 in the first. Brad Hill, soft pop-up, and that's going to be caught by Alcaraz, 1 down. Francisco, I'd rather be golfing Mendoza, in case you didn't hear the public address announcer. One of 11 people that have been in this tournament since day one. He got hit by a pitch. He represents a tying run as Francisco heads down to first base, and the batter is going to be Andy Chicken Noodle Soup Campbell. A swing and a foul tip in the catcher's mitt, and it's 0-1. In the air to right and down the line, but it's going to drop foul. Ernesto Perez checking it down. Here's a little looper right over the first baseman's head and in the right field base hit. Good job by Getchell, who was kind of guarding the line there. So a hit batsman and a single. 3 hits in total now for Utah, and the batter is going to be Brent Moyes, who we'll probably see playing a little bit first base along with Brady Field. 2-1 Hawaii over Utah as the Braves of Utah bat here. They're in the red tops with the gray pants. Hawaii in the orange. 2-1 with 1 man out in the pitch. That one's fouled back and out of play. They're aiming for the hot dog girl up here. Don't hit Heidi. She's the hot dog girl, and Heidi will get very upset. Guarantee you. So Brent Moyes up there with a chance to tie this thing up. He's got the tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. 1 out. And a swing and a miss. Boy, that was a good... I think that might have been a sinker. 2 down. And now Littlefield. Swung on... Well, no, I'm sorry. That was... Yeah, this is Littlefield. This is Pat Littlefield. We did a game earlier. There's Jorge Flores, the MVP a couple of years ago. Here's the defense. You got Jose Flores at shortstop. Grounded to the right side. The first baseman's going to take it to the bag and beat the runner, Ernesto Perez. Fine job, and at the end of 2-1 in favor of Hawaii. It's the 3rd inning of work for Danny Pollock, and going up against the top of the order, Jorge Flores, who popped up to the second baseman, went after the very first pitch by Danny Pollock. Hawaii, I would say the Wounded Warriors team, probably too, maybe even the Rattlers. Couple of the teams that might be favored. Here's a ground ball. Looks fair. Here's the throw to first, and Flores retired 5-3. So a good job. Andy Campbell now playing third base. So Flores, one of the keys to stopping this offense. You got to keep Flores off the base paths. 1 up and 1 down, and now Jose Flores, and he drills one down the line, but foul. Big cavernous dimensions here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Here's a fly ball out in the shallow center field, a long run, and it's dropping in for a hit. And Jose Flores is 2 for 2. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Hawaii got 2 in the first. Utah countered with 1 in the first. And right now it's 2-1 Hawaii, top of the 3rd. 1 out runner at first for Rodrigo Rodriguez. I'll tell you what, now I don't want to criticize the umpires because it's not the easiest job. But I'm telling you, there's been 2 or 3 pitches in this game that have been thrown right down the middle of the plate, and they don't call it. But they'll call it a foot off the one of the sides of the plate, as that one's going to be corralled. Nice play in center field, 2 down. Brad Hill getting the start. A wide shot at beautiful Tempe Diablo Stadium. Now the right fielder, Fred Getchell. A 2-run single in the first inning to give the Hawaiian Islanders a 2-0 lead. There goes the runner, and now he elects not to go. Well, Gary Firestone has indeed made it to the ballpark, and they called strike on Getchell. So there's 2 out and a runner at first base. Good pitch by Danny Pollock. He missed just outside. And that one is fouled off. Might have got a piece of the catcher. Had a chance to cover the Utah Braves in the first day of the tournament, which was actually the second day of the tournament since Sunday everything was flooded out. And they were impressive. They won 28-2 over Red Deer Canadian Legends. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the side is retired. So we are heading now to the home half of the third inning. It's still Hawaii 2 and the Braves 1. This is APN Video Sports. Well, Jose comes out for his third inning of work for the Hawaiian Islanders, and they lead it by a score of 2-1. Bottom of the third. Well, that was the first strikeout for Danny Pollock. This is Pat Littlefield, or check that, 27 is Greg Bonner. So Greg Bonner at the plate, plays a little third base, had a great game. He had 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored against Red Deer in Game 1. Home half of the third inning, Utah at the plate. They trail 2-1 against the mighty Islanders. And he struck him out swinging. Good job by Jose Maguion. And now he'll be facing the manager and leadoff hitter Randy Miles. Miles' second time up is 0 for 1. And a ground ball up the middle. Flores. And he got him. Good job. So Aramaki will be the batter. He wasn't Craig disoriented Aramaki in the first. He had a double down the line and came around to score the Utah Braves' only run. We're in the bottom of the third. They trail it 2-1. And a bouncing ball out in front. Jose's up. He throws. He got him. Side retired. 3 up and 3 down. We're heading to the fourth. The Islanders 2 and the Braves 1 on APNvideo.com. The Hawaiian Islanders with the lead here. They'll send up 5, 6, and 7, including first baseman Ernesto Perez, Bobby Dominguez, and Tony Corona. You're watching the 2018 Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series on APN Sports. Fourth inning of work for Danny Pollock. Here's a ground ball that's fielded by Brady at first base. He'll take it to the bag for out number 1. That play goes 3 unassisted for those of you crazy enough to be scoring at home. 1 down. Here's Bobby Dominguez. And he hits a hard ground ball foul. Well, the Hawaiian Islanders got a 1-out double by Jose Flores back in the first, a single by Rodriguez, and a 2-run single by Getchell to take a 2-0 lead. Brady Field drove in Aramaki from third base when he bounced into a 4-6 fielder's choice. So you're up to date on the scoring. Dominguez sends one shallow center field, left center field, and Aramaki, who has moved from right over to center field, makes the one-handed grab, and there's quickly 2 down here in the inning. That'll bring up Tony Corona. He bounced out 5-3, third base to first base back in the first. So Gary Firestone's Hawaiian Islanders taking on Randy Miles and the Utah Braves. Down to third, gobbled up there. Nice play. And the long throw across in time. A fine defensive play by Andy Campbell. Pollock has settled down after a rough first. And we go to the home half of the fourth inning. 2-1 Islanders. This is APN. Utah Braves sending up the heart of their lineup. It'll be Chad Foster, Brady Field, and Phil Young. And right-handed starting pitcher Jose Maguion has pitched very well so far. And here's a ball that was hit off the trademark and fielded by Dominguez at third, and he throws him out. Nice job. 1 down. Brady Field drove in Utah's only run, and when he bounced into a fielder's choice and one of the true fan favorites in today's ball game, he takes low for ball 1. Well, get your thinking caps on. We've got our award-winning trivia question coming up here on APN. We'll give that to you in the top of the 5th inning. That's a tough one this time. And a chopping ball down to third. Dominguez again, and the long throw across, and it is in time, 2 down. Tony Corona is now the first baseman. So Dominguez with 2 assists in the inning. And now the catcher, Phil Young, who drove a single opposite field his last time up, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Pookie Bear, Phil Young, 1-1. Tell you, Phil Young, a pretty good catcher here for this Utah Braves team. One of the true leaders, both offensively and defensively, as Jose kicks and deals, and that one's fouled back and out of play. Beautiful day for baseball. It was 76 degrees when we started. A swing and a miss at a sinking pitch.
That is the 3rd strike.
Strikeout number 3 for number 8, Jose Maguion. And Hawaii clinging to a 1-run lead. And we are heading now to the top of the 5th inning at the 31st Annual Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series. Heading now to the top of the 5th inning in what has been a very fast-moving game. Adolfo Paz fly ball right field, and that's going to be caught for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. And now the batter is going to be Mauricio Carrillo, who grounded to shortstop his first and only time up back in inning number 2. 2-1 in favor of the Hawaii Islanders. The right-hander kicks and deals, and a line drive base hit out into left field, and Mauricio is aboard with the Islanders' 6th hit of the ball game, and the batter's going to be Ray Alcaraz, the second baseman, who had a single back in the 2nd. First pitch outside, ball 1. Well, here's our trivia question. And it's a tough one. Since 1971, 6 major league pitchers left-handed. 6 left-handed major league pitchers have struck out 300 batters or more in a single season. Can you name them? Sandy Koufax was the first to do it in the mid-'60s. He did it 3 times. Sam McDowell did it twice, with the latter in 1970. But only 6 left-handers have done it since 1971. And a quick hint, 2 of them are in the Hall of Fame, as that's ball 4, and Alcaraz has been on board both times. First and second occupied for Trace Whelan's at bat here. He lined out to the pitcher his last time up. He squares the bunt. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Yeah, 2 of those pitchers are in Cooperstown. And here's a ball hit up the line. They're going to let it roll foul. Very smart. 0-2 on Trace Whelan. Chopper foul. So you got 2 of them in the Hall of Fame. 2 of them were kind of getting on that borderline Hall of Fame, and 2 of them still play. Two of them might be facing each other in this year's World Series. So there's enough hints for you. Here's a ball slapped to the left side. They were playing him to pull, and he goes down the left field line, and the runner's going to try to score, and he will, and it's 3-1 Islanders. Trace Whelan, professional hitting at bat that time, and it's 3-1 as he comes through with an RBI hit. And now our first look at the manager, Gary Firestone. Courtesy runner, Tony Corona at first base. And a ground ball to the right side. The second baseman fields. He'll go second one, throw it on the first, and that's a double play to retire the side. That goes 4-6-3, and at the end of 4.5 innings of play, the Islanders lead at 3-1. Alan Zentgraf going up against Jose Maguion, and the first pitch is bounced down the first. Picked up there by Corona. He'll take it to the bag, and there's out number 1. A lot of 3 unassisted plays in this one. Here's Brad Hill, the starting center fielder, and he takes ball 1. He lined out to the second baseman back in the second inning. Hawaii in the field in the orange and black, and they lead it 2-1. Again, our trivia question, 6 major league players in baseball history, left-handed pitchers with 300 strikeouts in a season or more. Can you name them since 1971? And I already told you that Koufax and Sam McDowell did it prior to 1971. Here's a ball down the line and off the glove. That's going to be a base hit, but a nice try by Bobby Dominguez. So a base hit. That's the first hit since the second inning, and now they have a stolen base. Brad Hill with good speed. Of course, I'm going to put a slow guy out in center field.
That's all right.
So Francisco Mendoza, who was hit by a pitch his last time up there against Jose Magallon. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Jose, 2 down. That's his 4th punch out of the day. Now Chicken Soup Campbell. And he, with a base hit, he's 1 for 1 and a couple of nice plays down at the hot corner. He's down, no balls and 1 strike. Brent Moyes. I think I called Brent Brady Field because they switch out there at first base, and they do a lot of that with Randy Miles. Two-1 Hawaii. We're in the home half of the 5th inning. Jose kicks and deals. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what in the world was wrong with that pitch. And here's a line drive. Flores has a beat on it. He makes the catch. 2 down. No, I'm sorry, that retires a side. No runs, 1 left. And we are heading to the 6th. From Tempe Diablo Stadium, the winter home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and Disneyland and all the blah, blah, blah. I've never seen a team change their name so many times. Or not their name, but the city. So they're trying to give Los Angeles credit, give Anaheim. Next thing you know, they'll have Disney's. They'll be the Disney Angels. And I'll tell you what, we're going to come to a point, mark my words, as Roy Herrera is batting for the first time. Tough right-handed bat here. Danny Pollock in his 6th inning of work. We've had a great pitcher's duel since both teams gave up runs in the first, 2 by Hawaii. Utah scored 1 in the first off Jose Magallon. Here's a drive in the left center and a sprawling catch. Are you kidding me? A great catch by Brad Hill. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a Marucci big play of the day right there. So Brad Hill with a web gem out there in center field to Rob Herrera. But finishing my thought, I'll tell you, I think we're going to see as Flores bounces it to second. Miles got the convenient hop and throws to Moyes at first base, 2 down.
Jose Flores.
Now Jose Flores will bat. Nice play by Randy Miles, 2 down. I think we're going to see teams named after a corporate sponsor. So it would not surprise me that they become the Disney Angels. And I'm not saying in the next 3 to 5 years, as this one is looked like it was off the right knee of the pitcher. Throw to first, not in time. Base hit Jose Flores. who incidentally is 3 for 3, but Danny Pollock writhing in pain out in front of the pitcher's mound. Yeah, hit him right on the right knee. But he seems like he's going to be all right. Here's a look at Gary Firestone. I can't believe he hit 4 home runs in the 70. What's he doing in the 70 and over? That's not fair to those guys. I know last year Gary was telling me at a high school they were playing a regular season game back home, and he hit one about 425 feet to straightaway or to center field. Knocked it completely out of the ballpark. So 2 out and a runner at first base. Pollock seems to be okay, and here's Rodriguez. In the air to right center field. That ball might get down. That ball will get down. Rodriguez has a 2-base hit, and the run will hold up at third base. Good block there by the catcher, Phil Young, and it's a double for Rodriguez. I love saying that name. That sounds like a ball player. Now Fred Getchell. My name is about as far from a real ball player as it gets. Jeff Lowry. I should change my name. Some guys just have a baseball name. Rodriguez. That sounds like a ball player. And Getchell, foul ball. Might need some new lumber. That sounds like a broken bat. Yep, he's going to go over to the third base dugout. He's going to corral him up another one. He's probably got 4 or 5 bats in there. Getchell had the big 2-run single back in the first to give the Islanders both their runs. As we get a wide shot at beautiful Tempe Diablo Stadium, the headquarters of the MSBL World Series. Remember our Marucci play of the day. When you get that email, everybody gets it, of the daily news, at the bottom is a link to the Marucci big play of the day. You might be on there, swing and a miss. So Pollock gets nailed with a line drive and then comes back strong. He strikes out the batter to end the top of the 6th inning. And we go to the home half of inning number 6. It's 3-1 Hawaii. This is APN Video. Brett Moyes drills one foul on the first pitch, 0-1. Moyes, a strikeout victim, his first and only time up against Jose Maguion. The right-hander goes into the wind, and here's the pitch. Outside a ball. Moyes a pretty good hitter. Don't be deceived because he's batting in the number 10 spot. He was 2 for 4 with a walk in that game we did earlier, and he lines a base hit down the right field line. That's hit number 4 for the Utah Braves. Moyes is aboard for Pat Littlefield, who takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. The 2-2 Islanders and the 1-3 Utah Braves, Game 5 of round-robin play in this 2018 MSBL World Series. Runner goes safe. And the courtesy runner is number 22, Andy Campbell. Utah scored their only run in the first. Here's a fly ball out in the left center field. A long run, and Flores has it 2 down. Or check that, out number 1 here in the inning. Nice running catch by Jorge Flores, and the batter is going to be Pollock. Batting for the first time, the starting pitcher here today. He's pitched 6 innings. He has scattered 9 hits and 3 runs. Pollock has struck out a pair and has walked 2. And this is the first time at the plate this afternoon. That's out of play. Righty versus righty as Maguion comes to the plate, and this one is chopped foul third base side. We're in the home half of the 6th inning. It's Hawaii 3 as Randy Miles takes some phantom swings on deck. Utah 1. Adolfo Paz, I believe, is doing the catching here today. Tell you, we got two quality catchers here, no question about it. Here's the pitch. And Pollock bounces it foul again. Joe Sandoval, the third base coach for the Utah Braves. The two-strike pitch, and it's grounded up the middle, base hit. The runner is going to be held up as Flores got in quickly. They're on the corners with only one man out, and that's going to bring up Randy Miles. We're going to get a courtesy runner, Dan Littlefield, for Pollock at first base. We're in the 50-plus Cactus Division 2018 MSBL World Series, and a base hit into left field by Randy Miles. That's going to plate their second run. It's 3-2 now. Randy Miles with his first base hit of the ball game. Runners at first and second, still only one out, and here's a rope in the right field. That's another base hit. Bobbled out there. Here comes a throw to the plate, and the bases are loaded. They're going to hold the runner up at third. 3 straight hits. 4 of the first 5 have reached safely in this bottom of the 6th inning. And now Gary Firestone, the manager of the Hawaii Islanders, out to talk to his starting pitcher. Well, kind of an animated discussion out there. I think Jose is like, they really haven't hit the Miles hit was kind of a solid hit, but a lot of these haven't been that hard of hit balls, and he feels like they've just had a little luck, and he's going to stay in. Ernesto Perez begins to loosen up down the left field line. So the bases are loaded with one out, and Chad Foster. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. We're in the home half of the 6th inning. A run in here for the Utah Braves as they bat trailing 3-2, but they got the bases loaded. The go-ahead run in scoring position at second base. Here's the pitch, and it's low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Utah Braves shortstop. Jose kicks and deals, and he hits one to third. They're going to come home. They'll get the lead runner. That's one. Throw to first, double play. An outstanding job by the Hawaiian Islanders defense. What a tremendous play, and it all started with Manuel Corona. They get 1, they leave 2. A 5-2-3 double play ends the inning. So we are now heading to inning number 7. Top of the 7th inning, the Hawaiian Islanders will send up Perez, Dominguez, and Tony Corona. Well, Danny Pollock is in his 7th inning of work. He's given up 3 runs. And here's a fly ball to left field. This is a long run for Mendoza, and that ball's dropping in for a hit. So a leadoff single for Ernesto Perez, who's starting to loosen up in the bullpen. And they want to save his legs, so they will send Fred Getchell over there to run for him. And now the batter is Bobby Dominguez, who bunts one first base side. It's a good one, and that's going to be an infield hit for Dominguez. He was bunting the sacrifice all the way, instead gets an infield hit, and here's Tony Corona. And now he's going to try to bunt those 2 runners up. It's interesting, the mindset. There are a lot of guys today. I know Brian Kenny on the MLB Network, as here's another bunt. This could go for a hit, but Pollock fields and throws him out in a great play. Sacrifice goes 1-4. Miles covering the bag, but runners are at second and third for Adolfo Paz, the catcher for the Hawaiian Islanders. And very wisely, they're going to put him on an intentional walk. Bases are loaded. And here's a drive by Carrillo in the right center field. That's a base hit. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the second run home. Here comes a throw to the plate. It's not in time. And Hawaii, with a 2-run single by Mauricio Carrillo, has jumped out in front 5-2. Clutch hit. That'll bring up Alcaraz. So Hawaii jumps out in front of Utah 5-2 on a 2-run single by Carrillo to right center field. And another bunt attempt. This is Ray Alcaraz, foul ball. He is singled, he is walked. Cut on and missed. Well, Gary Firestone and Timmy Jackson waiting in the wings. Here's a chopper to third, and he tagged the runner down there and throws on to first. Is that a double play? And it is. Well, a fine job by Andy Campbell. That's a 5-3 double play, and that will retire the side as we go to the bottom of the seventh. Seventh inning stretch time at Diablo Stadium. And we go to the bottom half of the seventh inning here. Well, a big 2-run spot as Brady Fields goes after the first one, and Field is going to be thrown out by a half-step. Good hustle by Brady, but out 6-3. Now, good job by Jose Flores. Next batter up, fly ball right, and 2 quick outs for Jose Magallon as Young flies out to right field. And, well, the man of the moment, Mauricio Carrillo, with that 2-run single, makes the catch in right field. Now the Zen master at the plate, Alan Zentgraf, 0 for 2. This is the seventh inning of work for Jose Magallon, trying to go the distance here in Game 5 of the World Series. And the second baseman is out, and that is Bobby Dominguez. What a catch. So we are heading to the top of the 8th inning here. What a catch by Dominguez. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Miles has to hurry, and he will throw Jackson out 1 down. So that play goes 4-3. Nice job by Randy Miles. He's had a nice game in the field, and he's 1 for 3 at the plate. And now Gary Firestone trying to make amends for bouncing into that 4-6-3 double play his first time up. He's coming from another game, and I'm sure Danny Pollock is a far cry from what he was facing over there in the 70 division earlier today. Ball 1 to Gary Firestone. Ready with the next pitch. He got jammed on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike on the manager, the general manager of the Hawaiian Islanders. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Two. Gary can go the other way. He can go up the middle, but he's primarily a pull hitter. And you can tell that by his swing. Pollock trying to dispose of him with 1 out, nobody on. Good eye by Gary. That was clearly outside. And the count is full. And he goes the opposite way. Fly ball, left field, and it's trouble, and it's going to be caught. 2 down. That's going to bring up Herrera for the... I'm sorry, this is 21. This is, Roy Herrera. I was right the first time. And he sends one to right field. Coming in is Aramaki, who has went from right to center to right, and he takes care of business. And we are heading to the bottom of the 8th inning here from Tempe Diablo Stadium. The Islanders up by 3 over the Braves of Utah. Well, Brad Hill made just an incredible catch. Our Marucci big play of the day. Two balls and no strikes in inning number 8 for Jose Magallon. And a ball hit in the right. And what a catch. Carrillo had to reach up as he drifted back and hauls it in. A fine web gem there, and there's one down. So Brad Hill is retired on a fine play, and now the batter is going to be Francisco. I'd rather be golfing Mendoza. He's been hit by a pitch. He is struck out. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks by Jose Maguion. He's given up 7 hits and 2 runs in 7 1/3 inning. You talk about a quality start. This is a HQS, a high-quality start. And just as I brag on him, he walks his 3rd batter. And now Andy Campbell comes up empty-handed, swinging and missing. 0-1. Special thanks to Gary Firestone for arranging today's Gamecast on the APN Video Baseball Network. Paz with the quick snap throw down, and the tag was just a little late. 1 on with 1 out. Swing and a miss by Andy Campbell. The 2-strike pitch. He struck him out swinging. That is his 5th punch out of the day. So there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning, as the Hawaiian Islanders lead it by a score of 5-2. Utah will send Brett Moyes to the plate, and he hits a fly ball out in the center field. That's dropping in for a hit, and he's 2 for 3. The Utah first baseman continues to put on a hitting clinic. Dominguez now at second base. He made a great play last inning. Brent will head back to the dugout, and we got a courtesy runner for him, Pat Littlefield. High fly ball hit back into fairly deep right field, and the catch is made by Mauricio. 1 hit, 2 left. We're heading to the top of the 9th inning. The Islanders up by 3. This is the MSBL World Series on APN. Well, we got a good crowd on hand. A lot of teams coming in, checking in for the next week of MSBL World Series action. Manuel Corona will be the first batter. And here's a shot down the line, and that's out of play. And what the Islanders hope will be the final at-bat of the day, as they lead it by a score of 5-2 here in the top of the 9th. And Danny Pollock still out there. Ground ball down the 3rd. It's bobbled there. Picked up by Campbell. Long throw across. And Brady Field could not field it. And that's going to be an error on the 3rd baseman. So he bobbled the ground ball. He threw the ball away. 1 out, and bunting is Jorge Flores 0 for 3. He was absolutely unstoppable, Jorge Flores, 2 years ago with the Waikiki Beach Boys. I mean, he had the tournament. He was MVP. They won it all over at Maryville Baseball Park. He bunts one up along the first base line. Brady, nowhere to go, and I'd have to say that's an infield hit for Jorge Flores. So 2 on with nobody out, and here's Jose Flores, who's working on a 3 for 3 day. He grounds a base hit into left field. Here comes a runner around 3rd. Here comes Corona to the plate. The throw goes to 3rd, and he is out. And Gary Firestone can't believe it, but the run scores, and Jose Flores 4 for 4 on the day. Now the score is 6-2 in favor of Hawaii, and here's Rodrigo Rodriguez. He's had a big day at the plate, a single, a run scored, and a 2-base hit back in the 6th. And he skies one out into shallow left, the shortstop drifting out, and he's got it. And that's a big, big second out here for Utah, who will get the last at bat here. So Chad Foster taking care of business. Here's Fred Getchell. And Fred takes ball 1. Well, we'll give you the answer to the trivia question in the top of the 9th inning. 6 left-handed pitchers since 71, as this one's driven into right center field base hit. And I think we'll just give you the answer right now. 6 pitchers in baseball history since 1971, 300 strikeouts in a season or more. As Ernesto Perez bats, he is 1 for 2 with a walk, a run scored after singling in the 7th. We're in the 9th. A run is in for Hawaii, 6-2. Well, the first 2 to do it, Mickey Lolich, Vida Blue in 1971. Carlton in his 27-win season with the Phillies after being traded the year before by the Cardinals. In 1972, won 27 games that year, struck out over 300. And then 3 modern players, Clayton Kershaw, Chris Sale, and Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson and Carlton, the 2 Hall of Famers I mentioned. So again, it's Lolich, Blue, Carlton, Steve Carlton, that is, Clayton Kershaw, Chris Sale, and the big unit, Randy Johnson. Here's a chopper, right side, and that's going to roll foul. I wonder if Jose Maguillon will come out and pitch the 9th inning. I'm going to say a definite yes. Another chopper. This is going to stay fair. Pollock's got it. And the flip over in time to retire the side. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Utah Braves have their work cut out for them. Going up against Jose Maguillon, the 56-year-old right-hander, is trying to get the complete game victory. He's yielded 7 hits, struck out 5, given up 2 earned runs, and the first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. So Dan Littlefield added to the bottom of the order. I'll tell you, Jose has been sensational here today. No question about it. Trying to take care of Littlefield to get the bottom of the 9th inning started off on a right note for this Hawaii Islanders team. Well, good chance we're going to see 2 complete games in this game. Here's a comebacker, and Jose throws him out at first, 1 down. Randy Miles, 1 for 3. RBI single his last time up to get Utah back to within 1 at 3-2. And he slaps one to the shortstop. He's got it. He's up with it. Flores to first. 2 down. Tony Corona at first base. Flores at shortstop. 2 down, and now Craig Aramaki. So the Islanders 1 out away from going up over the 500 mark for the first time in round-robin play in this 2018 World Series. They came in with a record of 2-2. This would be their 3rd consecutive victory in round-robin play. The pitch. In there for a called strike. Aramaki taken all the way. 6-2 Islanders here in the bottom of the 9th, and a ground ball base hit up the middle. Aramaki has a 3-for-4 day on the making, and now the shortstop, Chad Foster. This game's not over yet. Even with 2 out, a 4-run lead, not completely safe. And the first pitch, Foster goes out of the strike zone, fouls it straight back, and it's 0-1. 2 out, runner at first. Utah at the plate, trails by 4. Here's a high pop-up. Foul territory, long run, and Corona runs out of real estate. Ready with the next pitch. And out of play, and now it is 2 strikes on the hitter. So Utah down to their final strike, final out. Maguillon delivers. And it is a little soft line drive cut by Dominguez, and Hawaii wins it in impressive fashion behind the 7-hit pitching, the 8-hit pitching of Jose Maguillon, 56-year-old right-hander. He goes the distance. He's the winning pitcher. Danny Pollock will suffer the loss. He pitched well, too. 6 runs over 8 innings, or 9 innings, of both pitchers getting the complete game. This has been a presentation of APN Video Sports. Arizona's leader in sports video coverage. So for our entire crew, and a special thanks to Gary Firestone, Jeff Lowry from the ballpark, congratulations. Hawaii is now 3-2.